everyone, it's Crystal.
Hey, and it's Shannon.
And we are going to go over a book review today, and we are going to do Jim Butcher's Aeronaut, Windlass.
Aeronaut's
Windlass. That's what I said, Aeronaut's Windlass.
You just didn't have the S, I'm sorry.
It's by Jim Butcher. It is a new style of series that he came out with in 2015. Now, in this household here, we are huge Jim Butcher fans. We own every book that he has written. He has two main series out there right now. He's most well known for his Dresden Files, which I would say is more of a modern fantasy sort of book. It's a really great series, very action-packed, and it is also his longest series out there. Last count was...
been out for a while.
In the teens of books, I can't remember.
For sure.
But he also has written this series, which is the Codex series, and I would say that this is close to high fantasy, almost historic a little bit, because they get into
pretty traditional
swords and kings and magic there too. And Jim Butcher just writes magic. He does. And so when we saw this new series come out, we definitely wanted to check it out and see what that was all about.
Yeah, I actually heard about it from my boyfriend first. He had listened to it and he was like, you need this. I was like, okay, babe.
I borrowed it from the library and
I listened to the audiobook.
Yeah, which
was actually fabulous.
Don't have the patience for. No, honestly,
I multitask.
I borrowed the audiobook as well from the library for all my driving that I was doing back and forth from Fest.
Yeah.
And honestly, I listened on the hour drive down and have no idea what section we were in or what they talked about or anything. I ended up having to pull back up the book and read it once I got on Fest grounds so I could remember what was said. It is a book that is more futuristic. It keeps with the fantasy theme. So
there's magic.
Codex is past, Dresden is present, and this one I would almost say is more future-based.
Yeah, it almost feels apocalyptic. Future, like after
the apocalypse. So not when the big boom, world's dying, but almost
like there's civilization.
I would almost compare it to the Shannara Chronicles a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a good comparison because you know that it came from a world that existed before something happened. And it's a culture that is rebuilt on top of it. Now, this series is about a high society where they have built these spires to escape from what's happening on the surface. And so they live their life in this tower, and there are different spires for different kingdoms almost.
Yeah.
The story starts out where you meet a number of young kids from, and I wouldn't say too young. How old would you think they were?
I thought they were like late teens, early 20s. It felt more like college age.
So they have to go join the guard, and you find someone from really high class, and then you get someone from who technically has a title, but everybody just kind of placates them. Like, yeah, sure, you're high ranking. Yeah, that's totally
your house is so important.
So they go to join the military, and the first day, rival Spire comes in and infiltrates
breaks out,
and creates all of this chaos. And in the middle of this, all of a sudden, there are air pirates.
Yes.
Yes, air pirates. And they're seeing this as a way, first off, they were like, can we profit from this?
Yeah,
and
where's the money?
And then they're like, wait.
And then it turned
They're trying to attack our crew too. What the hell? We need to fix this shit.
The one, they're not total pirates, like they still work under within the law.
Yeah, well they used to be military, but then they were
privateers. They're privateers.
Yes.
Which, as we know, can get sketchy.
Yeah, a little
here. You get a little sketch.
You got your moral gray areas in there.
Yeah.
But so you have the military, you have these young kids that just joined the military, but they're not quite up to the unit yet, and then you have these pirates coming in, and they're all doing different things, encountering this
attack
in different ways, and it just builds from there. This is a fantasy meets futuristic sci-fi meets steampunk book, because they even talk about crystals and the ether and etherealists that live and can interpret the ether and
almost like not mind readers, but like can see the future type spiritual. And there's spiritualists too, like people who still follow religion and having.
Yeah, and I mean, there's powers in there too, and you're not sure, are they talking magical powers, or are they tapping into that ether a little bit more?
Yeah, that other part of the brain that's not tapped.
Yeah, and so it's a really engaging book, and in there, obviously, there is the bad crew that you find...
extra creepy. Yeah. Extra creepy bad crew. Like, and there are different parts of the crew that we each don't really like she...
Okay, so spoiler a little bit. One of the ways that the leader of this group of people that have infiltrated the Spire
She's so creepy.
Has taken over has been by mind controlling these huge...
See, and I never thought of them as spiders.
Multiple-legged, webbing-slinging, death-eating spiders.
Crazy, yeah.
They eat people! They're that big that they eat people!
They do. They eat a lot of people.
I'm arachnophobic! So this book was like...
See, whereas she's afraid of the monsters, and it's like, oh yeah, cool, monsters. But then it's like, the woman who controls them, to me, is just extra creepy. She's got, like, I always imagined her with, like, long fingernails. She's really hell-bent on everyone being proper. Like, if you don't have proper manners, she's just gonna kill you on the spot.
See,
like,
but... I kind of identify with that woman. So I'm like, oh, see, I could totally
Whereas
see.
I'm like, oh, she's scary.
If I drank a naughty potion, I would totally end up being her.
Yeah, so
manners matter. It's a very engaging book. I really enjoyed it. The characters, because they came from so many walks of life.
You can, no matter what, you'll find someone who you can relate to.
Exactly. Maybe it's not the evil villain. But there's
also a talking cat.
There is a talking cat, and they have a sub-cat universe.
Hell yes.
Controls and lives in the spires with them, but nobody acknowledges the sub-cat universe.
And they think they're better than everyone else, just like real cats.
Yeah.
So it's pretty great. Well, it's also Victorian, like it's very Victorian.
But they don't have a lot of Victorian aspects. The only aspect that I really saw that was Victorian was tea.
Clothing. Some clothing. They describe some of the clothing in the clothing.
Okay, miss, I do fashion for a living. You paid attention to... I didn't pay attention to the clothing detail.
I paid attention to the clothing. Sue me. I was the one who was like, ooh, that's cute. Like the Fat Cavendish always wears lavender.
Hey, it's a signature color.
Yeah. Everybody has their signature color.
Yours, miss.
You know.
I would say that this book fits along the same genre level as his other books. So I would say a little bit older than young adult. I think there's a new adult category out there now.
I don't know what it's called, but it does feel like it's just above that YA.
Yeah, it's not quite full adult book. There definitely has a lot more whimsy in
style,
it. Yeah, and it's not as severe. But it's definitely a book that
really not based towards teenagers.
No, it's not based towards teenagers, but teenagers can read it. It's not based towards adults, but adults can read it. It was a good book to see all ranges, because then you get the adults.
And there was a story arc for each one. Yes. So that's where it was really fulfilling, because you didn't feel like you really missed out on anything from any one particular character. There really was that good arc for each one.
I would say,
which I loved.
I would say that it ended on a good climax. Most of the time there are some books that are out there, and Jim Butcher occasionally does this in the Dresden series, but where the story builds up so much that when you get to the climax, he's like, oh shoot, I need to finish up this book, and then wraps it up super quick. This one had a...
No, it had a good cliffhanger. Like, I want to read the next one, because it is a series.
It is a series that's coming out, and I love that I have a new series coming out from Jim Butcher. But
I know. I found out that it was a series and that the next one wasn't out yet, and I was like, oh, son of a bitch, I did this again. Waiting!
Yes, but we are definitely looking forward to the new book. We will keep you posted when we get it and let you know our thoughts as well. Like always, if you would go ahead and write us a comment, give us a big thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to our channel. It'd be greatly appreciated.
Follow us on the book face.
Yes, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter. We have our website up and running, and just check us out. Talk with us. We love to talk to people. So let us know what you think of the book, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Bye. Kitten. What you doing? Being a kitten. You are so pretty.